and we dealt a lot with German soldiers, German officers, and so on. And I have to tell you that they were very nice. I never was harassed. I was never called a dirty Jew like I was in Poland before the war in school. I was roughed up a number of times. A kid said to me in the 3rd grade, Novak, when he passed gas, he grabbed himself by the nose and said, the Jew stinks. It was awful. I'm telling you that. It was awful. Sal referred to it, the pogroms and so on. I never heard it from a German soldier. And then I was over a year at the airbase, German airbase, worked for the Luftwaffe. Fliegerhorstkommandantur Krosno, Luftgaukommando 8, Breslau was the address of that. I was there over a year with my father and Moshe Polane. Never has a soldier ever called us names. And not only this, we took our bath in the airman's bathhouse. Hitler would turn over to his grave 1,000,000 times if he had found out that the Jews were taking their showers where the airmen were taking theirs. See? So my story is much more benign than is anybody else's. And my view of Germans also differs, because I have met Germans in Germany. Of course, I know many Poles too, and I found them, for the most part, very intelligent, hardworking, nice people. And I'm there, and I still have friends over there that I go there to see almost every year. I'm going to be in May 22nd in Berlin. I was invited to speak to the Berlin Historical Society and to an evangelical church and to a gymnasium, which is a high school there. And I give them exactly the same message. So I am going to conclude the 3 lessons. A, don't be indifferent. It's indifference, not only Germans. Americans too. They sent back the ship of the St. Louis with German Jewish refugees. Switzerland, that wouldn't admit those that came to the border and tried to get in. Sweden supplied high-quality steel for Hitler so he could wage war, and so on. The indifference cut across all nationalities, all countries. Breckinridge Long, who was in charge of the State Department, of the consulates, gave an order to them not to let Jews in. If one single letter was misspelled in one's visa, if the guy was Jewish, they would nullify that visa. So that indifference was all over the place. The second message is to be a mensch, and the third message is try as best as you can to go and make something out of yourself. So there I was. I came to Chicago, married my wife, started to practice, took eventually 14 associates. We had 4 dialysis units, and I was associate professor of medicine until I had my first heart surgery 28 years ago. Since then I had 2 more, okay, and then retired and came here, and thank God that I am here. And God bless you. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless Israel. And shalom. Thank you, Dr. White, for his extensive story. The story you just heard is similar to many stories that survivors have started to tell the stories. When they came out from the camps, they realized that they lost practically all the families, but they didn't break down. They started new families. They educated their children, and they They became productive citizens of any country where they settled after the war. They never talked about it. For 50 years after the liberation from the camps, the survivors kept quiet. They didn't want to talk about it. The pain was great. The memories of the Holocaust never left them. But after 50 years of this tragic time in their life, they were getting older. They realized that the story must be told for people to know what happened in those 6 years of the Nazi occupation of Europe. And hopefully that a story like this will never happen again. Kent Cohen will give us now a little more of his repertoire.
This next song I'll be singing is the famous Eli Eli, arranged by Cantor Jostler Rosenblatt, and there's also a little bit of a mixture of the arrangement of Richard Tucker.
Nur getracht, ohne dir, meine Gott.